Hello, English Journal readers, and welcome to our November edition of Ask Kimberly. One reader says, I can't make negative comments to my subordinates because I'm worried they may accuse me of power harassment. How can I give them feedback on things they're doing wrong? That was such an interesting question for me. Actually, I didn't really understand Japanese power harassment until I researched this question. I was a little surprised by the definition. Based on the definition, you are quite right to be careful about how you give feedback to your subordinates. What is power harassment? Let me read you what I learned. According to the Japanese government, it's any kind of behavior in which a senior person takes advantage of a person who is junior to them to cause coworkers physical or psychological pain. Now, 4 of the 6 examples that were given made sense to me. For example, it's not okay to commit acts of violence or other physical attacks or offenses. If you ignore people or isolate them, it's also forbidden. And asking personal questions was also forbidden. And finally, giving an employee little or nothing to do. Some people might enjoy that, but that was also considered power harassment. But the final 2 examples caused me concern. One example of power harassment is asking junior employees to perform impossible tasks. Now, this is a big problem for me because my job is always to do impossible things. Many things seem impossible until we do them. And then we look back and say, that wasn't impossible. It was only difficult. Or it was impossible for me alone, but with my team, we can do it. So many managers must ask their teams to do things that are very challenging and seem impossible. That's true in any competitive business environment. So tasks like these could be misunderstood as being power harassment. The other thing that was quoted as an example of power harassment was causing junior employees emotional stress. Okay, to be honest, I have worked for over 20 managers in my career. Every one of them caused me emotional stress. I can't remember a single manager that didn't cause me emotional stress at some time. Even the ones I loved caused me emotional stress. That's normal for the business environment. I sincerely hope that we cannot take our managers to court and accuse them of power harassment just because they cause us some stress. Let me now jump to the difference between feedback and criticism. Feedback is not the same as criticism. Feedback may be welcome. Criticism never is. If your employees are doing something wrong that impacts the business results, it's your responsibility to help them improve. Of course, I'm not an attorney. I can't give you legal advice, but this guideline should help you give positive, helpful feedback that will improve performance and avoid damaging negative criticism, which will really damage relationships, not improving the business results. So, criticism first. We intend to change the other person. We attack our people. We try to prove that they are wrong and we are right. And judgmental language is used, like, you should have. This is good, this is bad. This is right, this is wrong. We blame them for what happened. We tell them what they need to do because we know better than them. And we watch for signs that they repeat their mistake and blame them again. Of course, you don't want to be treated that way, and employees don't want to be treated that way. Now, that's criticism. What is feedback? In feedback, our intention is to help our people to achieve their goals and to achieve our results together. We attack issues, not the other person. We share our opinion. We share our perspective, acknowledging that we don't know everything. We use non-judgmental language. Here's some useful language. What's working well? What's not working well? What would work better? What could we change that would work better in the future? That's the different language instead of right, wrong, good, bad, like it, don't like it, should. We seek to understand our own contribution to what happened. Sometimes we as managers are actually making it more difficult for our employees to do their jobs. Sometimes I ask people, what am I doing that is making your job more difficult? How can I make your job easier? We ask our people for their opinions. What do you think would work better? What other ideas do you have? And then listen to them deeply. And then we mentor and coach them to help them make necessary changes for the better. Of course, you might do everything perfectly and still be accused of power harassment by an upset employee. No one said being a great leader was easy. Good luck.